guys, this is Cookie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with a new challenge. A friend of mine recently approached me and was like, my parents gave me a car, which is a used car they've used for the past, who knows, 10, 20 years. So it's really run down and doesn't look as nice, and I would really like to give it a facelift without spending too much money. So I thought, while I'm not a pro in that car sector, I do love decorating and buying things online, so why not give it a try? And that's what I did. So I went to my friend's place and I had a look at the car, and let me tell you, it was very dirty. The pictures don't make it justice, and there was just so much stuff inside the car. It seems like the parents just gave it to my friend and were like, you sort it out by yourself, good luck with it. And that task was given to me, and before I tell you too much, let me show you what the car looked like when I saw it for the first time. Look at this sad steering wheel. It's so dirty, full of grease. I think they bought this cover years back and never actually cleaned it or took it off. Same applies to the seat covers. You can't see it as well because of the sun, but trust me, they were so filthy and dirty. And obviously the same applies to the foot mats. So these items were absolutely beyond repair. It's not even worth having them cleaned because you can't get all the dirt out of them. So I decided to part with them and find other things to replace them. As I was soon going to realize, this was one of the more challenging projects to film because there's not much space inside the car to put in a selfie stick without it falling over. So it required me to be very creative in order to make this video. Also, don't you agree that these seat covers look very scary in a way? Somehow it looks like there's a man staring at you. I'm not sure if it's just me. Pretty dirty, right? The first thing I did was to clean it, and that took a lot of time. Also, throwing out all the things that you saw inside the car that are of no use to anyone did take some time, but once I had done that, the next thing was to have it checked over. I did that because I wanted to make sure I'm not cleaning it, and 2 days later it has to be brought to the mechanic and ends up all dirty again. So that's what I did. I brought it to the mechanic and made sure everything was good. And afterwards, I went on to get some accessories for the car. This is the packed trunk, and that's not me going for a camping trip. That's how I received the car. So I had to get rid of all the items that could no longer be used, and this is what it looked like in the end. So all these things were going to be tossed away. Also, I was very lucky that I thought of going to the mechanic first because my friend wanted to install a parking aid, and in addition the fan had to be exchanged. So as you can see, everything ended up being very dirty. So I was glad I brought it to the mechanic first before buying new things and making it all nice and shiny. Back at my friend's place, it was finally time to throw all these weird shaped car covers away. They really look kind of scary, I have to say, and it was so disgusting, I've got to tell you. I'm convinced that they bought them once and never exchanged them. So whatever you do, I do encourage you to check on your car mats from time to time and maybe clean them or just exchange them, since it's not that expensive to get new ones in first place. Otherwise, it ends up being pretty disgusting to get rid of them in the end, so I don't encourage you to try that out. The first thing I got online were the car mats. I threw the old ones out because they were just too filthy, so I had to get new ones, and it made an instant difference, I have to tell you. So if you have an old car and don't know what to do, the first thing you should do is throw out the car mats and get new ones. It will make a huge difference, trust me. Besides that, I found many other objects, and I'm going to share them with you right away. Of course, first of all, I have to show off the car mats. As you can see, they are of a dark brown color. I thought this works much better than the cream colored ones, mainly because it's very obvious when the cream colored ones are dirty. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't clean your dark colored car mats, but it means that you do have some lenience in order to get it done. And I think that's quite important, especially if you have friends over and they sit in your car. I just think that it would be very embarrassing for me to have my friends sit in a filthy car. And what do you think? Have I promised too much? Doesn't it just look so much better with these dark colored car mats? I absolutely love what it looks like. You just have to make sure to stretch it a bit so it fits into the car shape, but if you bought the right model, it always fits. My next project was to get rid of this steering wheel cover, which is really disgusting. I didn't even want to touch it, but there was no other way to get rid of it. So luckily it was easy to put it aside, but what was quite hard, I have to say, was to get the new cover on there. The reason why I got a cover is because I think that this car just looks much better from the interior if it has light colors as opposed to everything being dark gray or black. So I decided that having a cover for the steering wheel still is a good decision, but obviously in a nice color that helps the steering wheel shine in a new light, since this car isn't new by any means. As you can see, I have big trouble getting it onto the steering wheel. I'm not sure if there's an easier way to do it, but it seems such a perfect fit that it's quite a hassle to get it onto the steering wheel, I have to say, and I haven't figured out how to do it in a clever way. So I just kept pulling and pushing, and eventually it did work out, luckily, but it was the toughest part of the whole makeover. If you haven't realized, the car has another problem, which is towards the front on top of the air conditioner. For some reason, whoever owned the car before put a lot of stickers on top of it, and with the sun and the years going by, it left some terrible signs and marks on top of it, which can't be removed anymore. I decided to get this plastic pad on the one hand in order to cover the marks. On the other hand, it is also useful to put small things on top of it so they don't fall on the ground. So it has both an aesthetic as well as a practical function to it. Now, this was the most difficult part to film because there's no space inside the car to put in a tripod and film at the same time, unfortunately, so I was holding it. I apologize for all the shakiness in this video. What you see me mounting, or what I'm trying to mount at the moment, is an organizer. The reason why I chose it, on the one hand, it covers up the oldness of the car, I believe. And on the other hand, I think it's quite useful to have something to put in a parking ticket or some money so that you always have it handy whenever you're sitting in the car. The other thing I thought was lacking is something to give the car a nice smell. And I got this little cute round thing. It comes with different flavors, so you can just open it up and there come these different flavors in little tiny bags. You can use a different flavor all the time if you want to, so I got 3 different flavors for my friend to try out. Obviously, I went for the orange one because I love orange. And it's as easy as putting it inside. Then you put the lid back on, and what I think is really smart about this one is that you can decide whether you actually want to have the scent or not by opening and closing it. So if you grow tired of the smell or you think it's too intense, you can put it on closed and then no scent comes out of the little box, which I think is quite neat because you've all been in this car which just smells of that weird scent and you don't seem to be able to escape it. And I don't want to do that to my friend. Now the next thing you have to do is stick it inside the car. It comes with a little sticky thing which you put in on the back, and then you can basically put it wherever you want. I put it in front because I think it looks nice and I think it's easier to exchange it in that position if you want to use a different scent or you want to change the intensity of it. If you're anything like me, you go on a road trip and you have loads of things to eat on the road, right? So where do you put all the plastic? Obviously, you need a little bin for that. My friend was laughing so badly when she saw it. She told me she has never seen such a tiny bin for a car. But I think it works out so well and the color fits so perfectly with the car interior. That's why I had to have it. Even if she might never go on a road trip, but you never know. You know, it's always useful to have a little trash can no matter where. And I think the car should be one of those places, especially since you might have a tissue or eat a snack or who knows what. The next product that I found that I'm proud to share with you is this umbrella holder. Isn't it just so useful and awesome to have something like that? Also, you can put it wherever you want in the car, so you can either put it somewhere like this, or if you have a bag or a pouch towards the back of the seat, that's also another option where you can secure it like this. Obviously, when your umbrella is all soaked, it is awesome to have this little gadget that enables you to put the umbrella together without making a huge mess inside your car. Now I hope you're ready to see what the interior of the car looks like after our transformation and some hard labor involved in cleaning the seats and all. I think the interior color looks quite neat. Given that the car is so old, there was sort of a restriction on what I could do because some of the appliances just look very old no matter what you do. But I still hope that these little changes enabled the car to get a little facelift, and I hope my friend likes the result when she sees it. Here another quick look at the little scent thing that I introduced before, and my little trash can. Isn't it so cute? I think by now at the latest you do realize how proud I am of this little trash can. I'm not sure why, but I think it just looks adorable. In addition, we have this organizer here on top, and I think I'm going to make it my task to check it whenever I'm at my friend's place just to see if she got a ticket or not. And of course, I'm not sure how I could forget showing you the car mats. I'm so proud of the car mats because they are out of this strange material that feels like curly plastic hair. And it's very funny to touch these car mats, although I'm pretty sure that after using them a few times, it won't be as much fun anymore. But for now that they're clean, they're out of such a crazy material, and I'm not sure I've ever seen it being used for car mats, to be honest. This is the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Maybe it gave you some inspiration to add some items to your own car or to your friend's car. It was a lot of fun to make this video, and I got to know so many products that I had no idea about because they're quite new to me. And I haven't really done a car makeover ever. Hence, this was definitely a great experience, and I'm looking forward to the next challenge that my friends are going to give me. If you haven't checked out my other videos in this series, I'm going to link them above so you can check them out. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in my next video. Hope to see you soon. Bye!